So we are back at Mary Kai's, and now we are going to we're going to be walking through housing, where you're going to be living if you are an on-campus student. So like I said before in the video, I am not an on-campus student, so I'm not going to be really going over what it looks like inside or anything. I'm just going to be showing you exterior and giving you my opinion on what it looks like from the outside. So as I mentioned, Mary Kai's, Mathews Hall. So this building right here that we're looking at right now, which you can see from this little sign here, it's a cute little building. I like it. And that's just a 360 of this little area. So there's Mathews East, and then I guess that's one of the entrances over there, and then north, this is Moulton Hall. I think that's how you say it. So now I take this path when I get off the bus, coming back onto campus, and I like taking this way because it's just so pretty. The scenery, like I said, I'm pretty sure you can notice already, I love nature, I love being outside, so I love walking back here because the campus backs onto a huge forest. So that's why all the deer come to campus and like to hang out with the McMaster students, because we are right with their home as well. No, I think this is Phoenix Bar and Grill right here. So that must be a residence. If anyone knows what that building was, comment down below. So as we continue up ahead, you will see on the right hand side that we have our greenhouse, and this is under the Department of Biology. I'm pretty sure they use it primarily. So if you are a biology student, be sure to like comment down below to let us know what it's like inside. I think there's like virtual tours online if you check out the website as well, if you're interested in seeing what's inside. This is the back of Hamilton Hall right here. You can walk through if you'd like and come and take a seat on the benches or the rocks. And another thing I'd like to mention is that there are garbages all over campus, so please do not litter. This is the back of University Hall, and I mentioned before, I had a couple tutorials and a couple exams there. This is the Alumni Hall. So once you become an alumni, you can come here. Little benches, flowers, it's beautiful back here, I love it. Okay, so I'm going to actually go straight. We can go that way, but I'm going to be going this way. This is one of McMaster's famous like photo areas, is under this arch. I know it has a name. I feel like it has a name, but I cannot remember it at the moment. But a lot of students get pictures under this arch. The basement here, this room actually here, was my first English class. It was actually a tutorial that I had in my first year. This is the back of the campus store, so you can get into the campus store. 360. So So a good thing to know about Chester New Hall is that there's a north end and a south end, and the south end, which is on the right hand side, usually has offices with a lot of the faculty if you need to meet with them. If you have, like, for example, I had an assignment due and I had to go present it just to like my TA leader, and it was in here. This is the north end here, and if you walk into this building, which I'm not going to, but if you walk into this building, there are a bunch of different lecture rooms. There's a theater, which you can see right now. This is another entrance that you can take to get into Chester New Hall if it's like super flooded and crowded over there. All right, so this is the north entrance to the student center. It's closed right now. Obviously, I'm not gonna go inside. This is the inside of the student center. There is also an elevator inside. There's also multiple, sorry, there's not even one elevator, there's multiple. There's a bunch of seating areas over here. If we walk ahead, I will show you Togo Salmon Hall. There is multiple floors, as you can see. And so this is just TSH here, which we're walking up to right now. The wind has been brutal all day, so I'm just gonna voice it over, but this is the door that you can enter through. Then I'm gonna continue walking towards Peter George area. We just continue walking through the back here. You can see the Peter George, which they're working on now. And then further over there are residences, as well as over there. There's also a parking lot back there, which we will walk to after. And this is, I think, DBAC, which is the David Braley Athletic Center that they're fixing right now. And I wanted to show you this really quickly. If you sit on this bench and you look up, the view is so pretty. You get to see all like 3 sides of Togo Salmon Hall. It just looks really pretty. So if we continue this way, this is the bottom of the student center area, and there is like a kind of club pub area known as, what is it, 1280. It's labeled in the window there backwards if you can see it, and this is just kind of like a Terrence. Oh man, I'm so bad with English, and I don't even know how I was like an English major. I don't even know how I was an English major at one point in time, because I just don't English well, okay? So there's a lot of benches, garbage is literally everywhere, as I mentioned. Now we are approaching KTH, which is Kenneth Taylor Hall. This is an entrance door right here that I like to take. Another entrance to TSH, which looks new. I've never seen that there before. But on the right-hand side, which is the south side, it is where pretty much all of like the offices are, I think, as well. Yes, I remember coming in. So if you need any kind of assistance, your professor should be sending you here. I had an experience where I had a family member pass away and I had a 30% paper due, but I needed to get it off. So I came here and they were able to help me out. But as I mentioned, your professor should send you here if you have any kind of assistance needed. Over here, this is School of Business area. And I'm not gonna walk through here, but I'm just gonna show you. They have like this cute little cafe on this side here. This is just the entrance. So that is pretty much for the art squad over here. So now I'm just kind of walking back towards the center of the Arts Quad area, and I really like this area. You can come here to study whenever you need to, or if you just need like a little bit of a break. It's nice and quiet around here usually. And as we're approaching, on the right hand side is usually where a lot of oh, here's the social science faculty sign. Here's what I was talking about. Now on this side, this is where the offices are for a lot of the professors, but there's also classes that happen in here. You can see it says Faculty of Social Sciences, and if you need your professor and you're a social science student, they're usually in here. That is where the administrative services are. This is where the professors are. So there's two different areas. Try not to get confused. I hope that helps. Okay, so here we go, headed towards the Peter George area. Before we walk through the student housing on campus, I'm going to be walking past Edwards Hall, which is a building I didn't mention. I think I showed it before we went through Chester New Hall, but I didn't actually show you the building. It's a little bit smaller compared to the other buildings. I've never had a class or anything in there. I do not know what it's for, so I apologize. But we're gonna be walking through that area about now. And as you can see in the distance, this is our brand new Peter George Center. That looks beautiful. I love it. If we go this way, then it's going to take us to the residences, which is what we want to do right now. It also takes us past, or near, it doesn't take us past, it takes us near Edward Hall, which I didn't go over when we were passing through, going through Chester New Hall area. So there's also that there. And it tells you like how far, how long it'll take to walk there. Over here is Edwards Hall. So the area that we're approaching now is McMaster's Indigenous Circle, which was created under the guidance of McMaster's Indigenous Educational Council. And their goal is to provide advice and support to the university on all Indigenous matters. And this is our McMaster University Indigenous Circle right here that you can see in the photo. I'm going to be reading from the McMaster website to give a little bit of a description. It says here that it's located between Alumni Memorial Hall and Whidden Hall, and the space features tiered stone seating set in a natural bowl arranged around a stage that takes the form of a medicine wheel. The stage overlooks the forest ringing the Coots Paradise wetland, and the space is decorated with symbols that include the two-row wampum, which is what we're approaching right now, and it is an icon of Indigenous and settler cultures living and growing together. And a lot of the plantings in this space were sourced from 6 nations of the Grand River. So thank you for listening to that. Now we're going to be walking towards the housing areas. And before we get there, I want to mention that McMaster University is located on Indigenous land. And that is something that I believe everybody should acknowledge and note before moving forward with the video and even just studying on campus. This is, in fact, on Indigenous land. And that is something that's really important to acknowledge and be mindful of when going to McMaster. So please make sure to be mindful. So this is Whidden Hall. I've never been in here, but it's cute. Little 360. Now you can go to the left or you can go straight. Let's go to the left and then maybe we can like circle around if we need to. But this is just a little back area of the housing area. Okay, so let's circle back. Yeah, so up there is like a little eatery that you can go with your friends. It's really cute. This is Brandon Hall.
Okay. Let's go. Let's check it out. I'm not sure what this building is. I don't see a little sign yet.
But maybe one will pop up. This is Woodstock Hall. That is the building that I didn't know the name to. Here's a little sign to it. It is Woodstock Hall. And this is another housing unit. Okay, so that is all that we will be covering in this part of the video. Be sure to tune into part 3. I am super excited to get this tour done because it's just such an exciting time to go back onto campus. And so we're going to be ending off here over at Centro. This is just what the building quickly looks like. And I'll see you in part 3.